Salutations, saucer spotters. Automatic here for Automatic Games. Thanks for joining me for Season 2, Episode 4 of our XCOM 2 series. In our previous episode, we investigated a transmission from Dr. Valen, only to discover an abandoned facility and what she called Subject Gamma. But we gave the Viper King a run for his money and he escaped through a portal, though we fear that we will encounter him again. After that mission, we attempted to make contact with a resistance cell in the eastern United States, only to have our efforts interrupted by a UFO that landed.
We have to keep after that thing, Commander. Dr. Valen seemed pretty concerned about the thought of these test subjects running loose. We'll have to track down that Viper and deal with it eventually.
We should also be prepared for the eventuality that we will encounter the two remaining test subjects, the ones we have yet to identify. It is likely they have a similar means of escape via psionic rifts, meaning we could find them anywhere.
Well, I think we're as prepared as we can be for that eventuality, but I'm not looking forward to it. Anyhow, we're going to take it to this UFO that's apparently having some engine problems because it's down out on the west coast. It's stranded. So we're going to deploy Charlie Squad and hit it as hard as we can with the intention of recovering equipment from the UFO. So, with no further ado, we'll go ahead and set course. And again, it's in the vicinity of Vancouver, our favorite city apparently. So, here is the new Charlie Squad. It is now commanded by John Clayton, codenamed Seejay. While he isn't the highest ranking soldier in this squad, that would be Titanium. Titanium decided to defer to Seejay, seeing as Corky would have chosen Seejay to command. Besides, Titanium is the medic and doesn't feel that it's his place to lead the squad in the field. Anyhow, Seejay will be taking the flashbang in the field with him today. That's in addition to his normal loadout. He is joined by Gary Hillsdale, codenamed Bard, and Gary is the squad sniper and he'll be taking his basic kit. In addition, we're bringing along Dan Richards, codenamed Boot. In addition to his loadout, he'll be bringing the Mimic Beacon. Then there's Kevin Wolf, codenamed Zombiewolf. This is his first outing with this squad, and he's bringing the basic kit. Thomas Trumpet, codenamed Titanium, as the squad medic, he'll be bringing along the med kit. And finally, Troy Black, codenamed Blackwidow, he'll be bringing the Frost Bomb. Well, there you have it, Charlie Squad as it stands. You may board when ready.
Sky Ranger deployed.
In position to drop.
Copy that, Firebrand. Begin your descent.
The Resistance has been making moves against the aliens in this area, and it looks like they managed to disable a UFO on the ground. We're moving in to secure the site. Eliminate any hostile resistance and seize whatever gear you can from that ship.
So as you can see, Charlie Squad has no qualms with wearing the full uniform, and they're decked out for Arctic warfare, because we anticipate snow in the area where the UFO is landed. Seejay, he's always been known as a chip off the old block in terms of his relationship with Corky, so he intends to command in Corky's style. Charlie Squad is boots on the ground. Here we are, about 25 miles or so outside the city limits of Vancouver. And there's a lot riding on this mission for a myriad of reasons. On the one hand, it's our first opportunity to loot one of these grounded UFOs, and it is our intent to lift anything that's not bolted down, load it onto the Sky Ranger, and shuttle it back to the Avenger to analyze or repurpose or whatever. Now, on another note, this is Seejay's first time commanding in the field, so I would think that, you know, the brass, that they're watching this op with a keen eye, just looking to see if he slips up or whatnot. But he is an experienced soldier nonetheless. And so far, he seems to be operating much in the style that Corky operated. This likely to the chagrin of Blackwidow, who saw Corky's death potentially, though he didn't welcome it. You know, I should stress that. But he likely saw Corky's passing as an opportunity for Charlie to turn over a new leaf and operate in a different fashion. Well, any hopes along those lines were dashed the moment that Seejay took command. Because, yeah, I mean, he's full speed ahead, damn the torpedoes.
Moving out.
And to complicate matters, Charlie Squad is rolling with two members that have very limited field experience, if any. On the one hand, you've got Gary Hillsdale, codenamed Bard, and he's only seen one combat mission so far. That's the extent of his field experience. And then you've got Kevin Wolf, who's never taken to the field with any squad in any capacity. So he's got no experience. Looks like we've got 3 on the grid. 1 Mouton, 2 infantrymen, one of which is either an officer or an advanced trooper, and the other might well be a shield bearer, a unit that we've not yet encountered. But yeah, when I talk about Zombiewolf's experience, you know, any time that he spent with the Resistance notwithstanding, what really matters to the brass is your time spent with XCOM in the field.
I'm on the move.
I wouldn't mind getting a closer look at their flight computer. Ours could probably use some updates.
3 more on the grid. 1 Mouton, 2 sectoids. They're pretty much on the bridge of this enemy ship. Now the fear is that this squad that's outside, they're going to continue to encroach upon Charlie's position. So Seejay wants to keep the squad moving. So it's into the ship they go. And just to analyze the ship itself, judging from, you know, if every corner of the ship, not that a circle has corners, but you get what I'm saying, is similar to this corner, there are 8 points of entry. Unless, of course, we were to make our own, but that would entail going loud, and we're not going to do that. Now, as to squad dynamics, I guess I can briefly touch on that. They're kind of up in the air at this point. Though I would imagine some people have preconceived notions as to their squad leader. Take Titanium, for instance. He, Seejay, and Corky, they signed up with XCOM at the same time. Of course, that was Corky's second round with XCOM, because he was around during the initial invasion, but then he went out on his own. So anyhow, those 3, rather, were very close. So I would think Titanium, he's willing to give Seejay any chance Seejay wants.
The power supply on this ship is likely to be a newer variation of the Illyrium core driving the Avengers systems.
And as the Bard, I couldn't help but notice that in the episode where Corky fell, at the end of that, we saw Bard and Seejay in the bar throwing back some drinks. So clearly these two socialize. And I think that Seejay's showing him the ropes. So I definitely think that Bard looks up to Seejay and will follow him to the gates of hell. If for no other reason than because he's running scared and doesn't know what else to do at this point.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Blackwidow, probably not as hard on Seejay as he would have been on Corky.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Though, you know, he's probably just desperately wishing Seejay would slow down. Now, as for Titanium here, he's going to slip outside because there's not much full cover inside the ship. So that door jam is going to provide a little bit of that. As to Blackwidow, he's going to tuck in between these two. And Bard, being a sniper, he's going to step outside as well. That way he's got a good view of this hallway and the exterior. Sure enough, here comes that 3-man squad. They are indeed continually encroaching on our position, and uh-oh, these 3 have doubled back. They're going to walk right into us. Okay, they stopped short. Well, that's altogether fortunate. the fact remains, they're right on top of us. We'll have Titanium going to Overwatch. Same deal with Bard. As the Black Widow, we want him to instigate everything, so... let's see. Boot, Overwatch.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Yeah, Black Widow, we're gonna have him take initiative and attempt to fix this three-man element that's emerging from the bridge. But he doesn't really have a good shot. Nor does he have much room to maneuver, but he'll sidestep to the left. See if that gives him a better line of sight. And it really doesn't. You know, the only other thing for it would be for Boot to, Black Widow to continue his move behind cover, but that would be a wasted move. And I'm kind of concerned that Zombiewolf is going to get hit by the frost bomb, but he can't move either without being spotted anyhow. So, yeah, this is what we're doing. And I guess I can't be that ambitious, and we're just going to have to go for the Muton instead of all three of them. Yeah, that's our only option. If fixing is what we want to do. But here we go. We've just gone loud.
We're in their sights. Our resistance contacts had heard rumors Advent might be rolling out a heavy infantry armor system. Looks very tough.
Bard fires, it's a miss. Boot scores a hit on the Muton. Titanium finishes that beast off.
Hostile target down. Evidence located.
As to Zombiewolf, we're gonna have him maneuver. Let's see. We'll post him up by this window and send him into Overwatch unless he's got a clear shot. And he does. He's gonna take it. Good damage against one of the sectoids. Seejay. You know what? He's gonna double back around this corner, and he'll seek out good cover here.
Moving to position.
And ultimately, he'll take a shot at, well, actually, he'll go in for close combat against this, against the shield bearer. Nice hit.
Armor still holding.
So it's Advent's turn. Advent, it's your turn. Advent. There we go. Shield bearer runs for cover, and now he's buffing his allies. The advanced trooper jumps in right next to him and is taking a shot at Seejay. It's a hit. Unfortunately, Seejay is wounded with a fair amount of injury. This sectoid focusing on Zombiewolf.
What?
Who is left disoriented. Well, I guess that's better than panicked or mind-controlled. This one is also focusing on Zombiewolf.
I'm under fire.
Fortunately, it's no damage. I'm glad Zombie is behind good cover.
I'm doing. Menace 1-5. We just picked up an outbound signal coming from the UFO. It's some kind of distress beacon. You need to get inside that ship and shut down the signal before they send their whole fleet after us.
And as if 5 enemies on the grid weren't enough, they're calling in for reinforcements. Let's see.
I'm on it.
Black Widow's gonna reposition, and he's gonna fire at this, at the Muton.
That's the distress beacon. Move in and disable it before the aliens get a bead on the UFO.
Yeah, okay, Central. We got it. You want to wait 10 seconds before reminding us again? So yeah, Black Widow is going to fire at the Muton. The last thing we want is for him to emerge from his state of being frozen. And in fact, yeah, we'll have Bard pick the same target. Nice, nice. Okay, so both mutons are out of the equation. We have 4 on the grid, 2 sectoid, 2 infantry. Boot is gonna reposition over by this doorway, essentially flanking the shield bearer and the trooper. And yeah, he's definitely going for the shield bearer. Hopefully lifting that buff. Nice, nice. Okay, welcome back to the real world, Advent. You just lost your buff. Titanium will go into Overwatch. As the zombie. That disorientation isn't helping. Okay, well, what about Seejay? Seeing as he's injured, we're going to have him withdraw. The last thing we want is to lose another squad leader, so close to having lost our previous one. And Zombie, I'm half inclined to have him do the same, but not out there. Here we go. Yeah, he'll go here. This way he can go into Overwatch.
Affirmative, covering now.
The trooper is... What's he doing? Taking aim at Boot. And it's a hit, but I don't see how much damage Boot took, but he did take damage indeed. Sectoid's moving. Titanium opens up. Sectoid, he ain't moving anymore. What the hell? Oh. Oh, the other sectoid is, messing with Zombie, who is panicked, comes back inside, takes a shot, which is a miss. Well, hell. Blackwidow is, he's gonna go ahead and move up to this doorway, and he'll take a shot at that trooper. Yep. Gonna do it. No joy.
Missed the target.
Bard he'll go ahead and effect entry. Well, scratch that. He'll toss a grenade, with the hopes of at least doing 3 damage to the trooper, if not disrupting its cover.
This is for you.
He'll blow a nice-sized hole in that wall. Or none of the above. It was still a loud noise. Maybe that was disconcerting to the trooper. Meanwhile, Boot is going to withdraw, much like Seejay did.
Go, go, go!
And ultimately, they're coming out here to get healed. So Seejay orders Titanium to go ahead and heal Boot first. But actually, Titanium can heal them both in this round, so he'll do just that. He'll start with Boot. And then he'll proceed to heal the squad leader. After which point, both Seejay and Boot can get back into the fight. After all, what do we have? 2 on the grid? So, Seejay's gonna move back inside. Well, actually, he'll just move up to the doorway.
On your order.
Albeit not within cover, but cover's never really been a priority to him. He'll go into Overwatch.
Come get some.
Trooper's on the move. Seejay takes a shot, gets a hit. Trooper sets up behind good cover and returns fire. Count your blessings, Seejay. That was close. Sectoid maneuvers again, more or less throwing away his move. Panic is lifted from Zombiewolf. As the Blackwidow, he's gonna take a shot at this wounded trooper. No joy. He's gonna have to recalibrate that mag cannon. right?
Weapons burning ammo fast!
Okay, let's see. We're gonna have CJ go ahead and advance.
Heading out. We've got advent here.
3 more on the grid. 1 officer, 1 stun lancer, and 1 shield bearer. CJ's gonna take a shot on that wounded trooper, and he ends him.
X-ray neutralized.
So now we've got, what, 4 on the grid? As to Titanium, he's gonna make entry, set up behind good cover. Basically, he's just giving up his old position so Boot can assume it. But in the process, he's gonna take a shot at this stun lancer. It's a miss.
Missed! Gonna need to reload.
So yeah, Boot's gonna come up, take that position. CJ advises him to deploy the attention whore. But actually, could he? Nah, he'll throw the attention whore. As ordered. So chew on that, Advent, please. Zombie, he's gonna move into the bridge area.
Moving out.
Come up right behind this sectoid and say hello. And say goodbye. All at once, you know?
My ammo's running low.
Bard is gonna go ahead and,
Come get some.
yeah, he's just gonna stay in Overwatch. And so he's firing. But it's a miss. The officer was his target.
It's still moving.
The officer is going after that attention whore. Shield bearer's coming up. Also going after the beacon. And he disables the beacon. Stun Lancer making a move. Going after Blackwidow. And he hits him. Blackwidow's stunned. Granted, it's just for 1 round, so he'll be right back on his feet next turn. Okay. Let's see. You know, actually, Zombiewolf is right behind that Stun Lancer. And so he attempted to do to him what he did to the sectoid, but oh well, he did good damage. Blackwidow should be able to finish the thing off. Good night, Saigon. I mean, well, I doubt the Lancer's name was Saigon, but you get the gist.
I'm out of firepower over here.
Bard, he's got to reload. And so now he'll draw his pistol and fire at the officer. Good deal. As to Boot, what the hell? He'll take a shot as well. Officer is still standing, but he's badly injured. Titanium. Yeah, why not? Well, perhaps that's why not.
Shot wide. Ammo out.
Okay, so that leaves CJ. You know what? He's just gonna get up close and personal and hopefully finish this thing. There you go. So much for your leadership skills. Not CJ, but the officer. Shield bearer runs inside the bridge. Takes a shot at CJ, but misses. And the shield bearer's one hope is that he can hold out, what, for 3 rounds, when his reinforcements will fly in. We're gonna try to prevent that from happening, What's weird is if the signal's already gone out. By the way, Blackwidow's gonna obviously take a shot. Good damage. But if the signal's already gone out, how do we stop it? Do we just call it off and say, like, we're fine here, how are you? Using our best Advent accent. Han Solo reference there. Not that he used an accent.
Heading out.
So Titanium's gonna move up, but all he can do is reload. It'll fall on somebody else to advance and try to inflict the finishing blow. And it won't be barred either. He falls just shy of getting in range of that shield bearer. Well, Zombiewolf, though out of ammo, he can close in and take a swing at the bastard. So he'll do just that. Bingo bear. Alright. Well, that should do it. That was the last Advent soldier standing. Okay. Well, I guess we've got to shut down that signal and call off those reinforcements. So, Boot here, he's a hacker. So he can do this from range. And he's gonna go for the easier of the two hacks, not the 23%. And he's got it. So that should do it, unless there's an outstanding patrol walking around out there, which I highly doubt there is.
We're through. We've knocked out the alien distress signal. Looks like the skies are quiet. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
That concludes the mission. Advent reinforcements shrug their shoulders and turn home. And on our return trip, I think if there were any question whether or not Seejay would lead the same way Corky did, those concerns were answered this day. And he's far more apt to give full disclosure to his squad mates, and I would imagine he's going to tell them that, you know, we don't just haphazardly do this. There was a plan, and this time, we averted reinforcements by moving so quickly. I mean, we don't just, like, dive in and hope for the best. Seejay is fully aware that hope, it's not a strategy. And whether that would assuage any fears, I don't know. And Blackwidow is his biggest critic, but at the same time, he's no bigger a critic than Cider was. He's far more accepting of Seejay than that. Anyhow, we've got 3 wounded, Blackwidow among them. But we've also got 3 promotions. Titanium gets to choose between covering fire and threat assessment. Well, you know, being a field medic, threat assessment sounds better, it's more of a buff, but covering fire sounds awful juicy. He's gonna go for that. He wants more combat skills, and so he's gonna get one. As to Seejay, who's a lieutenant, now, he gets to choose between conceal and run and gun. He's going to choose run and gun, considering Charlie doesn't have much use for concealment. And finally, there's Bard. It's between long watch and return fire. He's going to go with return fire. After all, as Charlie's sniper, he rarely would hold back and cover the squad. He's going to move in with them. So there you have it. Well done, Charlie Squad. Coming home with a bunch of corpses. The most notable among them is the shield bearer's corpse. And then some material gains. Alien alloys, Elerium crystals, Elerium cores, and supplies. And so now, yeah, Dr. Tigan's got a shield bearer's corpse to dig into. or to effect an autopsy on. So that's good stuff. And Blackwidow is shaken. Perhaps a result of his skepticism. Maybe he'll request a transfer, I don't know. Nah, probably not. We can go to this I'm not interested in this ambush necessarily. Frankly, I want to make contact with this resistance cell out east.
Precinct.
It's what we've been working toward. So we'll continue that. It's 4 days in the making.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
Alien encryption. Let's have a look. And so that'll give us the capability to develop a new facility. A shadow chamber, which will help us to more intimately investigate Advent technology. And we get a free autopsy. The Trooper. Well, I'm surprised we haven't done that yet.
Past surgical experience is limited. I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet.
Anybody watching might be surprised as well.
I have yet to discover what, if any, advantage the Advent hybrid soldiers' enormous eyes provide. Testing their visual acuity will no doubt prove difficult.
So, that gives us the battle scanner, which is a pretty cool item. You chuck it like a grenade and it gets to scanning for you. So our next area of research, we now have the capability to do an Advent shield bearer autopsy, but I think I want to focus on alien data cache decryption.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander. I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
Looking forward to it.
I certainly admire the courage and tenacity displayed by our troops in the field. They face a well-armed, well-trained enemy, and yet they never waver in their loyalty to the cause.
New objective.
No, they don't. Well, we haven't even built the proving ground, but we will get to the shadow chamber eventually.
Having developed a greater understanding of the aliens' encryption methods, we can now construct a facility designed specifically to analyze any materials we recover related to their Avatar project. I would suggest we begin immediately, Commander.
That's all very exciting, but we are about to make contact with a resistance cell on the east coast of the former United States.
Reading you loud and clear.
All right, good deal. Let's see. They inform us about a similar resistance cell in Western Europe, and we'll get out there eventually. We will cross the Atlantic at some point. But you know, in the meantime, I feel that this episode has gone on long enough, so we're going to draw it to a close. I guess we are working towards the next black site. There's that one in South America, but there's also one over in the UK. And I'm not quite sure which one I want to go for next. I'm thinking the one in the UK. Time will tell. Anyways, I think that Charlie Squad did a great job down there today with the UFO. Seejay's gonna work out, that much is for sure. Anyhow, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. I do appreciate you watching. If you like this, and if you are subscribed. I will talk to you soon, friends.